Hey, what's up, guys? BSG Trek Fan 88 here. Being a Boston fan, the Bruins just lost tonight, so now the series is tied 2-2. I'm not a huge sports fan, but my local team is playing in the big game. It's important. So I've had a few drinks, had a friend over to watch the game, but that's not what tonight's video is about. Um, Earlier this evening, around 6 o'clock, said friend was over, and we were hanging out in the hotel and pool, and I was talking to him about the TV shows that I owned in the past before the fire. And I said either via Netflix or borrowing or renting, we should start. I want to watch The Sopranos again because it's one of those shows that I can watch over and over again. Um, and it also holds a special place in my heart because it's one of the few things that my father and I agree on or watch or when I was a kid, when I was young, I shouldn't say when I was a kid, when I was younger, and my dad was pissed off at me, or I knew he was coming down to my basement or up to my room to talk to me about something, I could quickly YouTube The Sopranos, any scene, and he would come upstairs or downstairs, in whichever house it was, and he'd be ready to talk about something, and because he would see The Sopranos, he would be like, "Hold on a second," and just watch whatever clip I had brought up, and then forget about what he was angry at me about or something like that. And unfortunately, today I've learned that the individual who played Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, has died at the age of 51. Which, honestly, when I was at the pool, we were getting ready to leave. Literally, we had just talked about Stargate, Star Trek, and The Sopranos. And I looked at my phone, and a CNN message popped up saying Tony Soprano or Soprano star James Gandolfini, who played Tony Soprano, has died. Um, this is that was, however you want to put it, legitimately sad. James Gandolfini is a terrific actor. He's a very humble man. He's a very method actor kind of guy in the sense from what I've picked up, where every movie he's in, it's unfortunate that people only remember him from movies like this, or sorry, a TV show like The Sopranos. Um, I know him from a lot of stuff. I know him from what's the movie with John Travolta about the water pollution in Massachusetts? I know him from Crimson Tide, but of course I know him, um, excuse me, from The Sopranos, and I absolutely love the show, the series, The Sopranos. I think it is one of the greatest television series. It's easily in the top 10. If you really sit down right now and say what are the top 10 television shows of all time, and when I say shows, series as a whole, The Sopranos is easily up there in the top 5, and no small due to no small part by James Gandolfini and the other terrific cast members. But I make this video. It's still, it doesn't compute. I mean, James Gandolfini is such a huge screen presence, especially in The Sopranos, where he was 51. I mean, granted, the guy wasn't in perfect health. He's a big guy. He's tall. He's a big guy, but he has some weight on him. Um, Apparently, he was in Italy at the time, and I guess he was on vacation. I don't. There's right now at 12:30 a.m. On a Thursday. There isn't much information that I've read, but speaking from a fan's point of view, who grew up with The Sopranos. I mean, The Sopranos pilot was in 1998, 99, and the series ran for six, technically seven seasons if you count the gap in the final season. Um, Between watching it with my dad and watching it on my own, did I watch it when it was brand new? No. I picked up probably season 4 and beyond, but I basically grew up with The Sopranos. It's one of those shows that when I was a kid, when I was in high school, when I was growing up, it was on TV. My parents watched it. I remember we were on vacation in Florida. We actually spent Thanksgiving week in Universal Studios. In the hotel room on the way back, I remember vividly it was a brand new Sopranos episode. It was the episode where Adriana was killed by Silvio. A spoiler. So that shows how old I am compared to when the show was new. Um, but I mean, it's one of those things where I never would have thought of James Gandolfini dying. I mean, am I sad about it? Yeah, it's always sad when an actor dies early. I mean, am I gonna cry about it? No. Is it sad? Yes. Um, it puts things in perspective. Um, you think about the actor portraying Tony Soprano. You think of Tony Soprano, who had panic attacks, who was a good guy, even though his job wasn't necessarily good, who, suffered a gunshot wound and almost died. I mean, I've actually had a couple panic attacks recently due to the fire, so I can kind of relate. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I read the message on my phone going, what? No, I read that wrong. And I go to a different site, and sure enough, James Gandolfini is one of the actors that I thought I would be watching until I had grandkids, and it's sad that I will not be. And this video is just me talking about this. So, James Gandolfini, wherever you are, up there, down there, left, right, beyond, rest easy, good sir, and I appreciate your work. Until next time, this is BSG Trek Fan 88 signing out. Have a good night.